It looks like a large radio set, but this piece of equipment, currently on test run at the Corozal Town Hospital, carries the hope of revolutionizing treatment and care for patients afflicted with a number of ailments. Called a Hydrot PT5, the machine is the brainchild of Dr. John Sanker, originally from San Antonio Village in the Corozal district.
Well, in short, the machine regulates blood in a local area, okay, which is the essence of healing. If you don't have blood flow, it dies. And so when I realized that sluggish blood flow is the first step to invalidism, it launched my inquiry to what causes blood to become sluggish. And as I track backwards to find out what that is, it started right at what we put in our mouth. So it led me to study nutrition, all the rest, and trying to separate the fads from, one diet to another. And come to realize, there are some simple things that one can do to prevent 90% of all the ailments that are self-inflicted.
The machine works by carefully regulating hot and cold water through a special pad to help stimulate blood flow to an affected part of the body. The idea for the machine came after Sanker was paralyzed in a car accident.
When I was diagnosed with the 3 herniated discs, I was up for surgery and drugs, and so I looked at the possibility of what's going to happen to me if I went along with the surgery. Well, it was going to be where they can put in a Teflon in place of it, and when it gets so long they'll want to go back and change it out, and each time they do it you shrink maybe about a quarter inch. Your flexibility would be impaired. I would never be able to go back and play soccer the way I do today. I couldn't do it then, of course. I couldn't play on the floor with my children.
That is what pushed Sanker to develop this new treatment system. And today, instead of being bound to a wheelchair, he is up and about, using his misfortune to help others. One of the first beneficiaries of his invention in Belize is Dr. Sanker's cousin, Doreen.
Well, when I came, before I used the machine, I used to feel my feet like numb and like scarcely circulation. And from I started to use the machine, I feel it much lighter, and sometimes I want to walk on it, but I don't want until this gets better. And I feel all my body much better. And as the diet is just fruits and water, but that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I'm done getting used to it. I just regulate different fruits every day, and thank God, well, I feel my foot much better. All the swelling, everything went down. Feel much better. I sleep, everything better.
That's a ringing endorsement from a user of the equipment. And the medical staff at the Corozal Town Hospital is already sold on the invention. Medical officer Dr. Salim Mani says he is seriously considering incorporating Sanker's equipment into therapy for diabetic patients.
Definitely, there is so far no objection about that. We continue our medical treatment, and we treat the patient as diabetic. And this device is somehow helping us to bring circulation to the area and ease our job. Somehow I found it very effective.
So you are a proponent, or you would strongly urge your colleagues to use this as a regular part of their treatment regime?
Since it was our first experience and I found somehow good prognosis, yes, I have a plan. I might apply it to other patients, and I learned from Dr. John Sanker that he's going to leave the unit here.
Sanker says that he is in the process of mass distributing the machines for use in hospitals to about 10 countries, and is hopeful that Belize will be on that list. The inventor says the price per unit will depend on the demand for his product.
The selling price, we have to consider the economical structure of the country. And we have been struggling with this because right now, developing the unit in the U.S., the unit would run $10,000 U.S. I am struggling with that to bring it here to Belize because it appears to be a little bit heavy for, a distribution source. Now, we do have the smaller unit, which we have made for the consumer, which is 1,000. When we are able to make them by mass production, we think we should be able to bring that price down significantly, even cut it in half. And truly, to answer your question, though, I believe, like say if the Ministry of Belize is interested in it, we would look at something in regards to volumes, and that would significantly make a difference in the cost.
In the meantime, the test unit, which was committed to the Corozal Hospital by Dr. Sanker, will continue to be used in treatment sessions. Hopefully, this machine, an invention of one of Belize's very own, will be a permanent presence in hospitals around the country very soon. Reporting for Love News, Patrick Jones.